Hello knitty friends, it's Adrienne. Welcome to my new channel. This is not going to be anything crazy, it's just me giving you my usual updates just on a new platform. Hi. So if you're still looking for the Fiber Friends, they are on their channel. Louise and Caroline's going to carry on the awesome stuff that was going on over there, and I just needed to step back because I can't commit to a schedule, and trying to carve out the number of hours it takes to sit down and podcast with the three of us is really challenging. So I've decided to just do quick, it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, so I can do 15 minutes, and that works for my schedule, and that's kind of hard to coordinate with other people, those kind of spontaneous recordings. But welcome to Tryllacraft. If you've been following me in any way, shape, or form for any length of time, you know that my Instagram handle has been Tryllacraft for the entire time. And so that's why the channel is called Tryllacraft. A little bit of background in case you have not seen like episode 1 of the Fiber Friends. It seems so long ago now. Way back in my lifetime, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, I was a big time gamer. That actually lasted all the way up until 2010 when I was doing my PhD and realized that being a hardcore gamer and doing a PhD were not compatible. I just could not do both. So I made the adult decision of doing a PhD instead of being a gamer that was super fun and I loved doing, but was not getting me to my life goals. So when I was a gamer, my name was Trylla, Trylla, and since I'm a crafter, and I am multi-craftable, although 99% of what you'll see on here will be knitting, because that's pretty much my passion right now and all I really have time for, but I do occasionally at least think about other crafts, so it's Tryllacraft. So hi, I'm Adrienne, and welcome to my world. So let's talk about knitting, because that's what we're here for. Finishes. I have lots of finishes. This first finish. I can't take credit for. Most of you know my dear friends, the codependent knitters, Lisa and Dawn. Quite a while ago, over a year ago, I think, they started doing a pattern, I believe it's by Espace Tricot, called the European Road Trip Shawl. And it's just this really simple, light summer wrap, big long rectangle with points, all in stockinette, which of course means lots of purling. So I was like, yeah, not gonna happen. But Lisa, knowing my dislike of purling, said, do you want me to knit you one? And I was like, that's ridiculous. You could never knit me one of those. So that's just asking too much. And then they finished all theirs, and I saw them and they looked awesome, and I really wanted one. So I batted my eyelashes and made my cutest little Adrienne face. I'm really poor and pathetic. So I asked her if she would knit me one, and she said, of course. She goes, but I'm not making any promises when it'll be done. And I said, not a problem. I'm totally good with no deadlines. And then she cranked it out in like a couple months. I'm like, really? So I gave her the yarn. So it was Holst yarn. I don't even know the colorway, because the ball, I gave her 4 of their balls, their 50-gram balls. She used about 3 1/4. I'll put the name of the colorway up here. And you will not be surprised at all by the color of this thing. Look at that. Dude, can you see why I would never make one of these myself? I would never make it through that much purling. See what I mean? Isn't it beautiful? It's just lovely. It's light and airy. Get it really close. It's actually a really lovely like blue and purple heather. the yarn. So it's gorgeous. It's all sorts of loveliness. So much knitting. See, look how like coordinated and graceful I am when I get dressed. Not so much. But look at this gorgeousness. Like, oh, okay, maybe not with this t-shirt, but you know, whatever. It's soft and lovely. And she handed it back to me and she's like, I haven't blocked it, I haven't woven in the ends. That's your job. And I said, no problem. She literally just did the knitting for me. And that was exceptionally lovely and kind. And I'm so excited. So, and this will be great for like fall and winter and cuddly and oh, look awesome with the jean jacket. I'm so excited. So I can't take credit because I didn't knit a stitch on this, but I wove in the ends and I wove them in like almost as soon as she gave it to me. So it didn't sit around for a while. Yeah, I just got this a few weeks ago. She sent it to me. So yeah, isn't that awesome? So thank you, Lisa. I love it. Now I feel like I'm part of the club because everybody else seems to have one. Lisa and Dawn have one, and I know Caroline and Louise both started one. I don't know if they're done yet, but I know they started them. So yeah, that was the only way I was gonna get one and join the club. But I have been actually knitting myself. Let me show you. This is pair number 1. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Socks. So this is 12 Days of Christmas by Timber Yarns. So this was her big colorway for last Christmas. It was based on this picture. So that was her inspiration. And she came up with the 12 Days of Christmas. It came with 2 minis, which was lovely. The green, which is what I used, and then a red. I decided not to use the red because I'm more of a green girl, but I think they look fabulous, so I'm super, super excited about this. So everyone knows that I am not a Christmas kind of person, but I now have Christmas socks, so I will wear them once a year on Christmas Day, and I will have Christmas socks. But I also finished another pair. I know. See, this is the beauty of doing, see, I did 2 different systems here. This particular pair that I'm about to show you, I knit 1 pair and then let it sit. The stripy pair, I knit in tandem. So I had them both the cuffs done at the same time, and then I knit a leg, knit both heels, knit both gussets, knit the feet, you know. So they were pretty much at the same place almost all the time. This one, on the other hand, finished one and then sat. Ooh, here. But I finished it, so I have another pair. So I think this is my 6th pair of 2020, which, if it's June, makes me right on target for 12 pairs a year. How super cool is that? On the other hand, I've knit almost nothing else. So apparently 12 pairs a year is my limit. So whatever that is equivalent, not equivocal, me in English on a Saturday morning. So whatever that's equivalent to, so if 12 pairs of socks equals 1 sweater, then I can get 1 sweater done in a year. That's what this is telling me. But yeah, I'm super excited. So this yarn was Old Oak Yarns. I dyed it myself. This is the reverse speckle technique, so I only made 1 because it was way too much work. Super pretty though. I really, really like these socks. I think they're super cute, super cool. But yeah, super awesome. I'm gonna have so many pairs of socks. I had every spring my department at work does a retreat, and this year we had to do it virtually, so we had just a really long Zoom meeting is really what we had. But we had this kind of like icebreaker thing about, you know, what is one thing that's been helping us through this pandemic and stuff like that. And I showed up and I was like, this will be a surprise to no one. And I held up a pair of socks and been like, I have been knitting. But it was funny because the pair of socks that I showed, I started at the very first Zoom meeting that we had during lockdown. And then I was like, I'm finished. And I finished others and I was like, whoo. So anyway, everyone knows that that's all I knit. People at work are like, kind of like, yeah, she's a knitter, whatever. I'm happy to be a knitter. I love being a knitter. I love being a knitter. So awesome. All right, what else am I knitting? I've got 2 other things on the go that I'm kind of actively knitting. Welcome to my hot chocolate bag by Knit's Best Thing. I think her shop is on a break, but I wouldn't be surprised if it opened up again maybe later in the summer. I don't know. She's a busy girl. Busy girl, busy girl. So this is Hot Cocoa by Queer Fiber. So I already have 1 done. So now I'm just getting on to the second one finally. So it'll be good. The heel is Old Oak Yarns. So yeah. So I just picked this up again yesterday when I finished the other one. See, this is why it takes me so long to podcast, because I have to wait until I have something to show. So yeah. So Hot Cocoa. So hopefully I'll have another pair done in another, I don't know, week, 2 weeks. Depends whether or not I can get my act together. One of our viewers asked weeks ago about me doing a whip parade, because I talk about how many whips I have that all seem to sit in my living room and are all kind of just over there. Maybe next episode I'll do a whip parade, or at least part of one. But anyway, what that did do for me is it kind of sparked the idea that I should go look at some of those whips. So I found one in this gorgeous bag. Look at this bag, isn't it lovely? Oh, I think it's gorgeous. This is by the Scrappy Thread. Me turquoise love. And this is a cowl. It's called the Pirouette Cowl by Manos del Uruguay. I did not use Manos yarn. This is all Sweet Georgia. I pilfered from multiple Party of 5 mini packs from Sweet Georgia. Surprise, surprise, my colors. Shocking! I know. So it's an awesome lime green and lots of turquoises and purple and gray and all the good colors. Not that the other colors aren't good. These are just good for me. But if you'll notice, strings everywhere. This is actually done by Helical Knitting. So what I do is I knit X number in one color until I hit the next yarn. Then I drop the color I was knitting. I pick this one up and I knit the X number of stitches. So what it's supposed to do is not have that jog in your knitting when you're knitting in stripes. I think I need to knit some more before I can really tell if that's the truth. But the colors are pretty, so we'll see. So yeah, so it's a bit of a challenge to knit because, I'll see if I can show you guys. They all look black, but I took a bunch of knee-high stockings and I cut the feet off them. And I made them into basically cake holders. So I put them around my cakes so that the cakes don't spill everywhere and get all messy, and this way I can manage my yarn much better. It's easier to pick it up and move it around and not get tangled. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyway, so in order to do some yarn management, so I ran out of stocking, so I used a spare sock. So I've just tucked everything inside so it's nice and contained, and I can just pull and manipulate my yarn that way. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. This run requires concentration, so I can't watch TV and do it, but it's all good. It's kind of exciting. So maybe I'll get some more work on it done. Oh, English, hi, first language, whatever. So maybe I'll get some more work done on it in the next little while. So really, those are the only 2 projects I'm working on right now. I have been fairly concentrated on socks. I don't know, I'm loving my socks. I do have more to share though. So, you know how I'm supporting Canadian indie dyers? Yeah, I'm getting real good at that. Did take a break. I wasn't doing it every week anymore because that was just a little much. But, yeah. Whoops. So this is the reason I decided to order from this particular dyer. Yeah, these are totally my colors. So this is Margarita by Timber Yarns. And I bought a mini to go with it, because that's how I roll. So this is why I ordered from Timber Yarns, because I love this colorway. The colors just are so vibrant and so lovely, and I'm like, must have those on my feet at some point in my life. It's pretty much how I feel. So about this. And that's all I meant to buy. That was my intention. It did not work. Whoops. So everyone knows that I love me some purple. So this is Magnum. And a mini. Look at all those purples and blues. Aren't they beautiful? I just love them. I love them. So those have to go on my feet at some point. And then, because you know I was part of a rainbow club from Knitterly Things for 2 years. 2 years. And I've bought rainbows from other dyers. So I have tons and tons and tons of rainbow sock yarn. And yet, over the rainbow, seem to have to come home with me. Because that's how I roll. Look at that. Look at those colors. Lovin', lovin', lovin'. Yeah, the green and the yellow and the orange are a little blowy outy right now. But look at all these great colors. Oh, they're fabulous. So that had to come home with me. And then somehow, because I felt like I was paying too much attention to purple, Berry's blue had to come home with me. I don't even know what to say about myself. I really don't. Other than they're beautiful. So yeah, so goodness gracious. I have to sneeze again. The landscapers were here on Thursday and they cut all the grass and stuff like that, which is fabulous, except I think it's killing me now because I've had my windows open all day yesterday. And I had my window open all last night, so I think there's just stuff that's getting into my face. I'm sorry, excuse me. So yeah, so I acquired some yarn, a little bit of yarn, kind of, look how awesome that is. But that's not quite all. So a good friend of mine wanted to learn how to knit socks, so I've been working with her for the last year or so. And she's finally kind of clicked for her. She's gotten used to the small needles and the small yarn, and yeah, she's zooming along and she's so excited. And when I had given her the original gift, I had bought her a knitting bag, needles, and yarn. I'd given her everything so she could start a little thing of stitch markers, like everything she needed. And now she's kind of in a, I need a second pair on the needles. I'm like, oh, I got you into trouble. But she decided that she wanted another project bag. And so I sent her to a few, Etsy sites that I thought had lovely bags. But most of the shops are closed right now, or the shipping is too much from the US at the moment. The Canadian dollar is still kind of crap. So buying from the States is a little bit more challenging. And she just wasn't feeling it. And then she's like, wait a second, my mom's a sewer. Like, her mom is like a serious sewer, has her own sewing business kind of sewer. She's like, I'm an idiot. So her and her mom talked about it, and her mom whipped up a few. And she was the one that I knit all those dishcloths for. So apparently, as a thank you for me knitting her like 5 dishcloths, she made me a couple bags too. And I guess they had some very interesting conversations about colors for me, and they were spot on. Look at this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, can you see? Can you see all the sparkles in the bottom of that bag? How awesome is that? Purples and sparkles. Oh my goodness. And then that fabric is just killer. Killer. That's awesome. So if you can see, the top is still really straight. I haven't even these yet. I'm waiting until I put a project in them. So excited. But just lovely, lovely, lovely bags. And my friend's mom, part of her business is she does specialty Elvis impersonator clothing. Like Elvis shirts and tracksuits and jacket. I don't know. 5 types of craziness. But anyway, she has some very special, like, Elvis Presley-esque fabrics. And so she had some scraps, and she made me this bag. And so it's all inlaid with silver. It's beautiful. Sorry, allergies. I apologize. Isn't that awesome? So cool. Like, so cool. I'm so excited about this. It's so lovely. So yeah. So I have silver in this bag, and sparkles in this bag, and that is seriously sparkly. That's awesome. Sparkle! Ha! So now I must start the things. So yeah. So that's good. I had a lot to tell you. It's been a few weeks. Thank you so much to everyone for all the kindnesses after the last update that I did over on the Fiber Friends channel, talking about having to return Noah to the breeder. Your support and your kindness was so sweet and really made a big difference to how I reacted to that whole situation, and I really appreciate the support. That was very, very kind. Yeah, there's still no dog. I have no plans as of right now. There will likely be a dog in my future, but I don't know when or where or what that's going to look like. But yeah, really, really, really appreciative of all the support and lovely things that you guys had to say about that. And people have been concerned because there was such a big gap between my last update and this one, and sorry, I just got busy. Just busy. Work has been crazy busy, and you know, we're prepping for the fall and moving courses online and trying to do the best job we can for our students that are going to have a very interesting year at university. Yeah. So yeah, busy, and hopefully I'll be back in a couple weeks and I'll have more knitting, and I will be able to update you semi-regularly. I make no promises about how often I'll be on here. Every 2 weeks is probably too much of an ask. It'll probably be every 3 or 4 weeks, and thank you so much for following. Happy knitting, have a lovely day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.